Hello and welcome again to another episode of Nerf News. I'm your host, Drac, and today we're going to be talking about non-Nerf news. We're going to talk about the Conquest Pro. Let's go! Alright, so behold, the Conquest Pro. What do we say about this that hasn't already been said? So this was linked by, hilariously, a meme page. There's a meme page on Facebook that I follow. The guy who runs the meme page found this somewhere, and he blasted it to like all of the relevant places. So of course I got like 20 messages about it this morning. And this one was actually a really pleasant surprise for me because I thought that it was going to be the Mark III that we heard about next, just because that makes the most sense. But apparently we're getting another Adventure Force blaster. And the really interesting thing about this leak is if you check this out, there's also a full kind of Walmart type information. I'm pretty tired right now, and I can't explain where I'm at, but the news doesn't stop for anybody, so I wanted to talk about it. So the Walmart leak information talks about just a few relevant data points, which is that this takes the 15-round magazines, that it's going to be these dimensions. It's 8.5 inches by 22 by 2.3, which means that it should be pretty standard. It looks like it's going to be a pump-action Springer-style blaster, and it's going to come in at $40. Obviously, being an Adventure Force blaster, it's going to be a Walmart exclusive, and normally, like, I don't super-duper love exclusives, but Walmart's done a great job of distributing things all over, not only this country, but also Canada. I know they're talking about doing other stuff, so, like, really great job by them. I think that this one will be widely available, and that's sort of the point. Now, if we come back to this main image, this is so unusual for a leak, and I'm really curious about how the meme page knows all of this, but I think that given, the history of the meme page, we can trust this guy, and if we can't, we'll crack one open eventually, and we'll take a look at it. So this is a look at the internals in the leak, but not like actually the photo of the internals. It's a look at like supposed internals, which is pretty exciting, and what we can see here is that there's some sort of like hook arm. People are saying this is P90-esque, but it's nothing like how a P90 works. It's actually way more like how kind of the Bulwark by Jackrabbit Nerfer works, where it's like pulling the darts up and into the chamber using some sort of mechanism. Now, the Adventure Force Pro blasters have been incredibly reliable, incredibly durable in terms of their internals, and this seems to be the first kind of speculation that I have that this might be fragile. I'm really excited to be proved wrong there, but this definitely looks like a somewhat delicate mechanism that's going to achieve this sort of loading property and system. Now, it looks like they've got a flare, a taper, so that the darts chamber cleanly. And I'm open to the possibility of just being completely wrong. I mean, it could be very reliable. It could be very cool. This is definitely more compact than the Nexus, and it's cheaper at $10 less. It also looks like it comes with possibly more darts, and it's going to be half-length exclusive. And I really cannot focus enough on how much I like half-length exclusive blasters. They become more compact. Their systems are a lot smoother. You don't have the half-prime thing that both the Nexus and the Aeon have had in the past. I think that this is a really exciting move, just like the Mark II was, where it's clear that not only is Dart Zone specifically, but also the Walmart integration is taking half-lengths very seriously to the degree that they're willing to marry the system proprietarily, and that's really important for the future of competitive Nerf. That's really important for me as someone who's really into half-length foam flinging. I'm very excited about this one because of what that means in terms of its ecosystem. Other than that, it's a pump-action Springer. We have tested those ad nauseum, and I know that Dart Zone's going to do a good job with that just because they've never done a bad job at making a Springer-style blaster like this. The only thing that's confusing and the big hiccup, and I don't even know what we call it, I want to call it like rear loading blasters because that's sort of the mechanism that makes the most sense to me. I've heard lots of memes and jokes for what we should call it. I'm concerned with how it's going to shoulder, but I don't want to make any snap judgments. It looks like on the box art, the magazine is sort of hanging out the back end. So this isn't going to be like a shoulderable blaster. It looks like it's kind of going to be like using a Raider without the Raider stock, which a lot of HVC dudes did back in the day, and that was fine, but I definitely liked having the option for a stock, and it'll be interesting to see if anybody makes a stock magazine hybrid thing for this, and if that'll interplay or impact the mechanism. I don't want to talk about it too terribly much because a lot of people have already kind of hit up the speculation on this image, and with this image to kind of show how this thing is going to work, this kind of rough diagram of the internals, it seems like it could be either really good or really bad, and it's all going to live and die on the reliability of this system. But personally, I'm very excited to see if it takes Talons. I think that this is an interesting departure. The adapter was really what allowed the Nexus and the Aeon to take Talons, and I thought that was a great move, really special, very cool little love letter to the hobby. but I don't know how a mechanism this proprietary could take anything but a single geometry of magazines. So this might be a step backwards in that regards. All of that said, we're going to take a jump cut away from like, I don't know about this could be interesting, et cetera, and so forth. I think that at $40, we have to realize this is a $40 primary class performance-based Springer that's going to be available on Walmart shelves. That's cheaper than the Nexus Pro, but with way more features than the Aeon Pro. I think this fits a niche. I know that I can echo a lot of other people's like statements and some of the comments on my Instagram post and what have you, where it's like, I definitely was hoping that we'd see an electronic blaster in the near future, but this is a really good blaster. And just because there were expectations of maybe some sort of flywheel or electronic or semi-auto blaster doesn't mean that this is less exciting. This is, in a vacuum, without any previous expectations, an excellent offering at an unbelievable price. If it actually comes out at 40 USD and it's a pump action Springer with a unique loading mechanism like this, I'm pretty stoked. And just as a fun aside, in preparation for this video, I made an Instagram post and the Adventure Force official page shared it, which does bode well for the possibility of an early review. I don't have hands on this blaster, and without Toy Fair, I haven't seen anything about it, but I am very, very excited to get you guys a review of it as soon as I possibly can. So wish me luck, lads. I'm sliding into the DMs. We'll see how it goes. And as long as you're wishing me luck, why not head over to my Twitch today? I'm going to be live streaming my attempt at the Arena Open Challenge because that looks like a lot of fun, and I've actually really been enjoying Strixhaven Sealed, so I want to take a stab at that. That's twitch.tv/VampireDrac. Your support and well wishes would be much, much appreciated as we try and secure the Day 2 qualification. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Conquest Pro. I know we were all hoping for a flywheeler, but I think that this is just as good. And it's a dangerous game to start letting your expectations influence the realities. So just like how we're giving Hyper the benefit of the doubt and we're trying to find the merits in a blaster line that Hasbro's clearly put more effort into than anything else in the past, I think that we should definitely embrace this independent of the Nexus and the Aeon being as incredibly good as they are, and see how it stands on its own merits. Personally, I'm stoked for a more compact pump action Springer. Let's go!